Hello, everybody. I've been getting some questions via email and text that made it very clear that you guys just needed a nice little YouTube video explaining how things are going to go the next 4 weeks of our semester. So here we go. This is how your distance class will work. And the key thing to remember is that we'll be fine. You're going to do fine. You may spend a lot of time online in your pajamas, but you'll be fine. So how is class going to work now? Every week, you should take the time that we would normally spend in class, that 3 hours, and act like you're in class at home. Once again, you can do this in your pajamas. But I think if you dedicate that 3 hours to the online instruction I'm giving you, you will succeed in this class. And I think it's really important to stress that you need to read the announcements because that's the lesson plan and follow those announcements step by step. So each announcement, like for instance, today it happens to say lesson plan for 327. And you just literally go down the steps, follow the links where it tells you to go, and you should get a really nice complete video lesson. I also understand that some of you are having trouble accessing PCs because you use computers on campus. So I've also taken the liberty of posting these videos on my very lame YouTube channel. After you're done watching the video portion of the class, make sure you go on to the coordinated discussion board, which is under tools in your class page. There on that discussion board, that will be where we can ask questions and talk just as if we were in class right after the lecture. And the reason I'm doing a discussion board is just like in class, everybody can see everybody's questions. And frequently a student will ask one question that will answer another student's question. So I cannot stress enough the word read the announcement. You can't scan over it. You can't just hit the links. The announcements and the text in tell you how to do what you need to do. The next thing, what about submitting your papers? Nothing really has changed. You still submit papers to me instead of printing them out. You submit them via email on a Google Doc or a Word doc. Folks, if you're not real familiar with how Google Docs works, spend some time learning how, because when you fail to invite me and we add extra steps to it, it doesn't stress me. I'm used to it, but it stresses you. So it's probably a good idea to really familiarize yourself with Google Doc if you don't have access to Microsoft Office on your home computing system. Then once you've submitted your paper to me as an attachment via email, I will grade it and send it back to you edited with comments and points taken off, blah, blah, blah. But also in the email proper, you will get narrative feedback from me like you used to do on the front page of your printed out paper. So what about the group work? So group work was originally designated to be our practice exercises in class and to really let me, get inside your head and be there in the moment with you. And of course, that's kind of cut off to us now. So what I'm going to do in lieu of group work is we're going to have a non-credit support videos and exercises for you. And that'll be displayed in the announcements page. With the lessons that had group points with them. I really think at this point you had interestingly already completed all but one of the group work assignments we had in class. So I'm comfortable dropping the whole group work thing at this point. And if you're like, oh, how many group points do I have? You can always tag me with an email or send me a quick text, and I'll be happy to look it up and tell you how many group points you have at this juncture, which, if you remember, go on to your lowest score that is not the big research paper. What about grading, Seal? Everything stays the same. I'm not changing any rubrics, nothing new, same old, Seal approach to everything. That final presentation may be worrying you because it is supposed to be an oral presentation in class. So here's how there's gonna be some choices here. You'll be able to submit it as a slideshow, either, Google Doc or Google Slides, Prezi, or PowerPoint if you have access to it. And you'll have two choices. You can do it as a YouTube video link, just like I'm doing here, if you're comfortable with PowerPoint and can, put audio onto a PowerPoint presentation, Or if all of that just scares you terribly, you can submit your slideshow with notes on the bottom, which would be what you would have said orally in class. Recognize that that particular assignment will be handled with great care and delicacy on my part. Hey, here's the great news about this. Because some of you had explained to me that you were terrified of this oral presentation, now no one's going to look at you. It's just going to be you and me online. The only reason that would change is if somebody says, I love my presentation, can I post it to your YouTube channel? And then I'll be happy to share any student presentations that the student wants to share, not me. So what about communicating with me? The door is wide open. There's my email, cbrant@dtcc.edu. There's my phone number, 420-0012. But folks, please try to keep your texts and questions during business hours. I am currently trying to manage both a corporation and a farm through this corona thing, and I go to bed these days. I'm so beat. I'm going to bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So if you text me at 9:45 or 10, I might not get back to you till, say, 5 a.m. in the morning. On the other hand, don't feel like you're bugging me. You ask as many questions as you need to. You email me, you call me, you text me, you send me smoke signals. It doesn't matter. I am happy to, first of all, just help you with your stress level by letting you know that I'm not feeling bothered at all by any student questions. So I wish everybody the best of luck. You're going to be just fine. We're going to carry on. Lucky for us, we had sort of gotten the biggest part of the direct instruction of the course behind ourselves, and we were moving into the one-on-one writing scenarios. So everything's good. I wish you the best day, and I hope that this helped.